is the presynaptic button, while the muscle is the postsynaptic button. Such as the structure you have here, structure of the neuromuscular junction or the neuromuscular synapse. This is the axon of the nerve cell, the one in yellow color. And then this other one is a muscle fiber. And the axon of the nerve cell is an astomosine or uniting with a muscle fiber. And this type of synapse is called the neuromuscular synapse. Alright? Good. But if you look at this structure, you will discover that there is a space in between. Let me make it more visible. There is a space in between, and this space is formed by the synaptic cleft. Okay? The synaptic cleft separates the presynaptic button from the postsynaptic button, and the distance or the length of the synaptic cleft is 20 nanometer. Alright? And it has a function, but we'll get to know all of that as we proceed. Functions of synapse. Function of synapse. The primary function or purpose of synapse is to transmit impulses or action potential from one nerve cell to another nerve cell. The purpose of the synapse is to transmit impulses or action potential from neuron to neuron, or neuron to muscle, or neuron to glands. Primary purpose is for the transmission of impulses. Now, even though I've talked about types of synapse, let's just make it more elaborate. There are three types of synapse. Okay? The first one is the synapse that is formed between two neurons. Alright? Neuronal synapse. Okay? So this type of synapse is a junction between two nerve cells, and they are sub-classified into three types. The neuronal synapse are classified into three types, which is the axodendritic synapse, the axosomatic synapse, and the axoaxonic synapse. We shall get to know all of these types of synapse as we proceed. Number 2 is neuromuscular synapse. This type of synapse is formed between a neuron and a muscle fiber, such as the diagram we saw previously. Alright? And then number 3 is the neuroglandular synapse. This synapse is formed between a neuron and a gland, a neuroglandular synapse. Going forward, here you can now have the types of the neuronal synapse. Alright? There are majorly 3 types, but some authorities have classified these 3 types into four types of neuronal synapse. That is the one formed by two nerve cells. Alright? Good. So, the axodendritic synapse, we are looking at types of or the sub-classifications of the neuronal synapse. Synapse that is formed by two nerve cells. First is axodendritic synapse. This type of synapse is formed between the axon of the first neuron and the dendrites of the second neuron. Look, this is the first neuron or nerve cell, and this one is the second nerve cell. So the two nerve cells are uniting together. But here, the axon of the first neuron unites with the dendrite of the second neuron. And this type of synapse is called the axodendritic synapse. Okay? Is that clear? Yes, sir. Good. So, the other type is the axosomatic synapse. Axosomatic synapse. The axosomatic synapse is formed by the axon of the first neuron and the soma or the cell body of the second neuron. Alright? So the junction is here. The axon of the first neuron and the cell body or the soma of the second neuron. And that kind of synapse is known as the axosomatic synapse. And then the third one is the axonic synapse. The axonic synapse is formed by the axon of the first neuron and the axon of the second neuron. Axonic synapse is formed. Who is this? Yes? Are you our student? What were you saying? Remain outside. The axonic synapse is formed by the axon of the first neuron and the axon of the second neuron. Alright? And then the first type is the dendrodendritic synapse. Dendrodendritic synapse. This type of synapse is formed by the dendrite of the first neuron and the dendrites of the second neuron. Dendrodendritic synapse is a type of synapse that is formed by the dendrites of the first neuron and dendrites of the second neuron. Is that clear? Oh? Okay. Young man, come inside. Stand there. Why were you disturbing the class?
I'm sorry, sir.
Huh?
I didn't know I was disturbing.
You didn't know? Look. In as much as we play in class, doesn't mean I'm not disciplined or I tolerate rubbish. You cannot be behaving in such a manner. Did you hear me?
Yes,
what's your name?
Michael, sir.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
You don't do that.
I'm sorry, sir.
I hope you know that short people are wicked. Have you heard the saying that short people are wicked? And you know that I'm short. If I want to deal with any of you in this class, I will just put my parts at the back and deal with you very well without looking back. So please, discipline is key, and you must respect yourself in as much as I give you your own respect. If this kind of behavior repeats itself again, it is not only my God that will suffer it. All of you in this class will go for it. There is something you don't know. Go and sit down. There is something you don't know. When we assess students, it is not just what you have written in the exam. We also look at your character. Your character is also important because we assess you personally. Like we pick faith, for example, we assess her as faith personally. We can also assess her character, and we can assess the class or the set in which she is currently. The character and behavior of everybody in this class. And that is why some of you fail because of very bad disposition and character that you displayed in class. You may not know. If I pick her streets and I look at it, okay, this is faith. What has she written? I look at it. Maybe she's writing well. Okay. And I've assessed her speed. She's on 90%. And then this speed, how is her character? Does she smoke? Does she drink? Does she behave properly in class? Does she insult people? Does she have respect for constituted authorities? We look at all of that. Is she a cultist? Does she belong to Black Brazier or Red Party? Which group does she belong to? We look at that, and that is why a university, before you graduate, even if you are very, very intelligent, you are the best graduating student of your set, and you have a very bad behavior or you're a known cultist, you will not get the degree or certificate of that university. There is no university on earth that will award her degree to somebody who is very intelligent or has very bad character or behavior. No university. So for you to graduate as a student from any higher institution of learning, you must be found worthy in learning and in character. If you don't know it today. So be careful with what you do. Because if you allow me to change them for you. Anyways, so going on, we have talked about the different types of the neuronal synapse. And that was well understood. Okay, this diagram also tells you about the neuromuscular junction or synapse. So you will see here that it is formed between the axon of the nerve cell and the muscle fiber. And this one shows you the diagram of the neuroglandular synapse. The synapse that is formed between the nerve cell and the gland. Okay. The synapse can also be classified physiologically into two types.